Well, hello there, or helloey. I always say that to people usually. But my name is Candace, and that behind me is Mr. Meow Meow. He's my cat, obviously. Had him for about 4 years now. Anyways, I am 25 years old. I live in Texas, and I have rapid cycling bipolar disorder. Now, what does that mean? Well, as you know, bipolar disorder is a characteristics of highs where you believe you can do anything, grandiosity, too much confidence. You also have delusional thoughts like everyone's out to get you, or you think that there's going to be an attack of pink, fluffy unicorns coming from outer space that are going to kill us all. Anything like that, to be honest with you. Also, another thing about bipolar disorder is the lows, which everyone is fearful of, because when you're low, you can hallucinate. Also, when you're on a high too, or mania, you can hallucinate, you can hear things, you can see things, you feel things differently. Like you're always depressed, you want to kill yourself, you just don't want to live, and things like that. You have no motivation to do anything. Sometimes you don't even have a motivation to eat. Let alone be a functioning human being in society. There is medicines for that, a wide array of medicines that you can take to combat the side effects of the highs and the lows. I take 4 medications, I believe. I take Lamictal, clonazepam, Zoloft, and Abilify. And I take the max of pretty much everything as of right now. The reason for that is that currently I am rapid cycling, which is different from most bipolar disorders. Bipolar disorders usually last like 2 months here, 2 weeks here. Mine is a matter within weeks or days, or even times minutes, where my moods swing. I could be 1 minute can be completely fine, and the next minute I'm crying and screaming and throwing things everywhere. That's usually without medication, though. I'll put that out there. One of the things about the medication that I really, really hate is that I've gained a ton of weight, like 15 pounds, maybe more. My fiance slash husband, I call him my husband because, we just act like it anyways, husband and wife. Pretty much he doesn't mind it, thank God, because losing the weight has been really hard. I've eaten a lot better for the past month and exercised more, but I haven't lost more than 2 pounds, or a pound at the most, which my doctor said is good, but it doesn't feel great. But anyways, my understanding is not everyone gains weight, but majority of people do gain weight. The reason why I know all this is because I actually landed in the hospital after I got diagnosed. I got diagnosed when I was 18, and about a year later, when I was 19, landed in the mental institution, UBH. Hi, everyone at UBH. And the reason why I ended up there was because I attempted to kill myself and attempted to hurt someone who shall go unnamed. And I just, also, a side note, sorry that I was crazy on you. But anyways, I digress. So I landed in the hospital. I was there for quite some time. I would say 5 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that, which is an awful long time if you consider that most of my friends who have been to a mental institution have only been there for like 3 days. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I just could not get a grip on myself, I don't know if any of you watch RuPaul's Drag Race, but I couldn't do the 3 Gs. Good God, girl, get a grip. I could not do that at all. Anyways, so after hospitalization, I did outpatient therapy at UVH for an additional 2 months. So all in all, it was like 3 months of really hardcore, intensive, whatever you want to call it, therapy. It was group therapy, individual therapy, and medication. And I went to group therapy every day, Monday through Friday. It was an hour long, I believe. The first group session was an hour long, and then the other one was an hour long. So it was like a total of 2 hours of group, and then like individual counseling and activities and all this great stuff. But the bad thing about the hospital that no one tells you about, that I will tell you about, is that sometimes people, when you tell them, hey, I've been to a mental institution, they go from talking to you completely normal to just like looking at you like, oh my God, I'm gonna calmly step away from this crazy person. Which, if you're scared, you have the right to be scared. You really do. I have found it difficult to tell people that I have bipolar disorder, and most scared to tell them that I have rapid cycling bipolar disorder. When I first started dating my husband about a year ago or longer now, it was really scary telling him that I have this disorder and that it makes things difficult. You know what I mean? But luckily, he's a really good guy. He's an amazing person, and I love him to death. And he accepted me for who I am and everything that comes with me. Another thing that people don't tell you about bipolar disorder is one of the side effects of the medication is, as you can see, you break out a ton. Like I have breakouts here, but thank God for Kat Von D's foundation because it covers majority of it. Anyways, so that is part of my story about my bipolar disorder. More importantly, my rapid cycling bipolar disorder. And I just want to get a message across that if you have rapid cycling bipolar disorder, depression, anxiety, anything, I hope that you get better. And that you will get better with time. Everything gets better with time, so I've been told. And majority of the time it's right. Things get better with time. But one thing that no one tells you about that is that you actually have to put the effort forward majority of the time to make things better. And that's what I'm doing with this video blog, is making forth the effort to make things better for not just for me, but for everyone around me. Because it sucks being with a person who is not even there for themselves and wants you to be there for them. So this is me saying goodbye, good night, and God bless.